I'm going to show you how a wood turner makes a fancy twist pen like this one. So we've got the piece of wood on the wood lathe, and I'm putting a little oil on it now to show you the figure of this wood. This wood grows mostly on the West Coast. This one is from California. It's called Buckeye Burl. Normally the wood is blonde when you first cut it down. So you let it sit for a while and it kind of gets this gray spalting. And this wood was full of the roots and underground, so it has a lot of figure. I'm wetting it so you can see. I've got the blank round now and closer to size. Checking out, turning the speed up on the lathe here. Kind of fun to see the visual. Those are bushings, and so I need to make sure that I turn the wood down to the correct size. At the end, you'll see how thin the piece of wood actually is. So inside there is a brass tube. I've drilled the blank and glued the tube in, and that will is where the pen parts will go inside of that. So I'm turning it down. I just switched over to a carbide cutter, and I'm sped it up real fast, and I'm getting close, and now I'm gonna take this off and show you. You can kind of see a little bit of an edge there. I got to go a little bit farther. I want those to be very flush with those bushings. Those bushings are the exact same size as the pen kit and the pieces on the pen. So we want them to be as smooth of a transition as possible. Ooh, really close. So we're so close that we can now turn it between centers and start sanding. I start with 80 grit and speeding it up because this is the boring part of wood turning, but this is what makes it even. And now from here I wet sand. Wet sanding reduces the dust. You can see I double checked my bushing size, making sure that I'm getting down to the right size. You'll see I sand with it lathe on spinning. I also sand with it off. Now 150 grit. Then I think next we do 240. Yep, there it is. Maybe spend a minute or so on each grit of sandpaper, and this makes it super smooth. Now this is up to 400 now. That is Abranet mesh sandpaper. You can see I just flicked the dust off of it. Lasts a lot longer. Really high-end sandpaper. Now I'm cleaning off any of the dust, and now we're going to put a 4-part finish on it. This is, I guess, step 0, scratch resistant. So I'm put a little wax, and we're going to speed this back up again here. And we want to build that wax up. Actually, it's going to get pretty hot, not too hot to touch, but it spreads that wax around. All right, step 1 of Micro Magic, Dr. Kirk's finishing wax. All right, so you start to see the blank start to shine. Now, I don't like a plastic shine. It's a piece of wood, and I want you to still be able to feel the wood and not have a fake plastic finish. It might not last quite as long, but this wood is stabilized. So it is a lot more dense than it was when it was first harvested, which results in a much more durable blank. So now I'm taking it off. I don't want to drop it. I'm about to show you, I think. Look at that finish. Nice, a little bit, probably a semi-gloss wax finish. Super fancy. That is how thin the wood is. Look at that. So you got to be really careful. If you go too far, you'll chip it, break it. You got to be pretty accurate. There's the pen kit. I'm putting this on, I think it's chrome. We'll see in a second. Yep, a chrome piece. So on my lathe, I wanted to be able to show you this. This is a pen press, and this is the final part, but also the part where you can break it. So you got to be very careful. You can see I multiple times have to realign that, because if that goes in crooked, you can crack the blank and ruin the half an hour to an hour that you just spent turning and finishing and sanding the piece. All right, this one's pretty easy to put together, and I'm now set it, and I'm retracting and extracting the ink for you to kind of see, and in a second I will zoom in. Sorry for the messy shop and the shaky camera. All right, so here is a much better look of the finished pen. Again, this is a twist. The whole body twists to bring the ink out. It is on a chrome plated pen clip and pen hardware, along with the black. I am writing on a paper towel, which is usually pretty hard. The ink is nice, and that is how you turn a pen on the wood lathe. Have a great day, and God bless you.